Well, hello and welcome back, my Body Language Buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Body Language Guy, and welcome to episode 67 of the Jesus Enrique Rosas Show. We are live through YouTube on X, and we should be live through Rumble, but I see that we have some issues in that signal. I will try to make the most, try to fix it in some way, but it doesn't seem that it's working for some. That's there's something always. There's always something like that doesn't work. There's always a piece missing. It doesn't matter because we will get to the bottom of the stuff. Let me just check. Let me highlight the chat. Highlight our gracious chat. Make sure. Here I'm going to let me see if I can fix. Let me see if I can fix. I'm trying to fix whatever is happening on Rumble, but it doesn't seem to be working. So I would have to. I will end it just in case. If for some reason it's not working on Rumble, but we are on YouTube and on X right now. In case let me think that there's not a way of yeah, remember that I still, let me see, let me check. Let me just 1 minute to check if I can fix the Can you connect an RTMP destination on eCam after a live stream has started? No, you cannot. No, it's not possible. Pre-stream setup, but I did set this up. I always do. I'm pretty sure I did. That happened the other day. I remember that the other day was like 3 weeks ago. Let me just I'm going to notify you will have you will have to go to X. Rumble is not working, and the live stream. Sadly, it's not working on Rumble. Sometimes it happens. Because I have a Rumble in all cases as a backup plan. So I want to end live stream, and I'm going to put that live stream settings like hidden, private. Okay, yeah, Rumble did not work today, but we're still through YouTube and X. Make sure that everything is ready in here. Yeah, YouTube working nicely, nice and sweet. Maybe I will be working this upcoming. You know that the reason that we are starting at this time today, a bit late, 2 hours late, 2 hours and a half late to be exact, is that yesterday was such a packed show. It was 2 hours and a half yesterday. And then editing the videos, I spent quite some time. I missed my sleeping window. I was so energetic. I had a lot of trouble sleeping, and I've been all over the place. My mind has been all over the place today. So I need to maybe regulate that better. It's nice to be energetic. It's nice to have those amazing shows. It was amazing show yesterday. A lot of topics, 11 topics to be exact. And let me make sure that I have my X Pro dashboard on in case you need to communicate with me. All right. So everything is today is gonna be a bit of maybe a shorter show. Okay, I don't want to I don't want to go to bed late again. But we have some nice topics. Let's review here. What are the topics that at least 3 topics we need to be talking about. Let's review. We have here. One topic is that the deportations have begun. We're going to be talking about the deportations, like this gentleman that doesn't want to go back to Haiti, but he's going. Some of you are saying that a Pete got confirmed. Let me see. Let's make a quick search. I don't see any confirmation. No actual confirmation yet, but let's what who was confirmed was John Radcliffe has been confirmed as Trump's CIA director. That's the only confirmation that I see. We're gonna see the deportations. Maybe we will talk about AOC today again if we have time. This is not one of the main attractions of today. One that I promised in the thumbnail is talk about how Trump eviscerated the World Economic Forum, Davos, and so many of you have asked me to review the body language of Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni on those maybe release videos, behind the scenes videos to address the body language. So those three topics are going to be the main course today. The live chat is always so. Remember that the live chat is the heart and soul of this channel. I make sure to keep an eye on your comments, and best comments will always be a feature of my show. And what else? You can have different opinions than mine. You can have different opinions than everybody in the chat. You can have your own opinions, right? But the only thing I ask of you is to please be polite and be respectful. That's it. We are open to every single opinion. You can even say that the moon landings were fake. No problem, as long as you say it politely. You will be wrong, but if you are polite, then no issues. No issues with that. You see. CIA confirmed, so we are ready to begin. Let me see, make sure that I have all the captions ready. You know how the captions are such an integral part of our show. No Meghan and Harry today. For those of you who cannot stand Meghan and Harry, there's some good news. No Meghan and Harry today. I should have Meghan and Harry. Why not? They're always crazy headlines, and we can make fun of them. But that's a laid back. So many. I know that they're not from the UK anymore, but so many things happening in the UK that, oh my God, those news these days. No, God, no. If people dislike Jesus broadcasts, why they are wasting time here? I understand that. Good question, Desert Rose 76. Good question. Because maybe people will want to come and say, let's see what the body language guy, what Jesus Enrique Rosas has to say about such and such, and to refute him, to debate him. At some point, I could debate, why not? Maybe not at this stage. I have, let's say, my hands full with my current show. I broke Coricom heart. Whose heart I broke with the moon landing stuff. Okay, well, someday we can talk about the moon landings. That's one of my favorite topics, by the way. And again, Matt Walsh did a brilliant breakdown of why the moon landings were real. But well, that is not today's topic. That is not today's topic. I love conspiracy theories like anybody else. I mean, I love them. Okay, I have to make it clear. But well, when something is not a conspiracy because it actually happens. Right, well, let's get started. We have our captions ready. We're ready to begin with our first topic of today. Set. And okay, I need that I have a very nice and rustic clock for this. And the raids for deportation have already started. I got some reports all over my X account today, especially Boston. I don't know that maybe they were starting there. There's a freezing there. They're everywhere, but we got many reports from Boston. And we get this: Trump's border czar confirms deportations have already started. The first day, we got a rather small number to what we are expecting, 308. But the most important thing is that this 308 are criminals in the sense that they have committed crimes besides being in American soil illegally, because that in itself is a crime. But these people have, let's say that they have been apprehended many times. Like this gentleman here, this guy here, New Haitian, says, F Trump, Biden forever. Well, no, Biden forever, no. That is, in fact, Biden's legacy is way past that. Gets arrested by ICE elite Boston unit to be deported. Tom Homan says this is just the beginning. And this guy that you're looking at, it is my understanding that he had been apprehended 17 times. 17 times. It's just, that number keeps appearing in our show, by the way. 17 times. He was apprehended 17 times. Why? How is that? How is that possible? Let's see what he has to say. Yeah, I have to change my styling of my captions. So I'm not going back to Haiti. Oh my God, you absolutely are going back to Haiti. Let's play this.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions.
17 criminal convictions. 17 criminal convictions. Well, okay, was he in jail, or was he on the streets? I mean, how can you have 17 criminal convictions and just be from Haiti? Why don't you go to Haiti? Why did you go back? Why? I don't understand. Margie, thank you for your super sticker. Remember that all your super stickers and super chats, I will read them at the end of this show. Now, how is this even possible? I don't understand how they allow this.
In recent years.
Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
Oh, go F yourself. Go F yourself.
ICE Boston quickly takes down its next targets, including this illegal alien from Brazil who has an Interpol red notice for armed robbery. This Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with rape and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction.
Released by a sanctuary jurisdiction. You know what I think about sanctuary cities is the most retarded idea in the history of the United States. Why would you Why would you grant asylum to criminals that are criminals in so many levels? So many levels, including, all these heinous crimes.
Señor, ¿cómo se llama?
And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking.
Model
Officers
citizen.
also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies.
Sanctuary policies, we're going to... I'm sure that Tom Homan is going to... I'm not going to say the word, but you know that wipe, it has to do with the verb wipe, right? Those are the sanctuary policies. That's what Tom Homan is going to do with them. Oh, Samantha, as a Californian, we have grown up with this crap since the 80s. I don't like it. I don't like it in the least. Video: federal agents conduct raids and make arrests across the sanctuary city of Boston. Thanks to Western Lensman for this clip.
At least one person was taken into custody. It happened right here on this block of Paris Street here in East Boston today. Take a look at some video from the scene this afternoon. NBC 10 saw multiple unmarked SUVs here. 5 people, some wearing vests that said police federal agents on the back, went inside one of the apartment buildings. 2 agents waited outside. 1 person taken into custody.
Notice that he's mentioning apartment buildings, so they were not in jail. You know that Tom Homan has been really clear about this. With Dana Bash, we saw that interview yesterday, in fact, in which, if you are, it would be better for sanctuary cities to hand in the criminals who are actually in jail, illegals, aliens. And by the way, this term is gonna make a comeback. These illegal aliens who are in jail, will hand them out. It's better to just hand them out to ICE directly, because if they are released and they go to their home and they are found with other illegals, when it's going to be worse for all the other illegals, even if the other illegals have only have not committed further crimes. So let's say that Tom Homan is trying to play fair. He's trying to be fair about this. He's trying to be fair.
That we saw. Whether this is connected to President Trump's effort to root out illegal immigrants, something he has promised to do, is unknown. We also saw federal agents at a building on Lexington Street, also here in East Boston. A witness there told us she saw 1 person arrested. There's roughly 11 million undocumented people around the country.
11 million, roughly. Let's say 10 million. That is 10 million too much, too many.
President Trump has said the priority is finding and deporting those with criminal backgrounds.
You know, the criminal backgrounds, the crimes that are beyond being in the United States illegally. White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller: the initial immigration raids have already arrested and removed some of the most vicious criminals in this country. In the coming days, you're going to see a massive scale up in enforcement activities. They're warming up. They're warming up the engine. CW, thank you for your ICE tip line, 866-347-2423. If you want to tip ICE about your local, non-local, if you know what I mean, about your local abroadian, you know, have you been harassed by local abroadians? Well, you can report them on that hotline. Let's watch part of this clip.
The initial immigration raids have already arrested and removed some of the most vicious criminals in this country, including child pornography cases, homicide cases, sexual assault, attacks on children, and this is just the very beginning.
By the way, you know that in terms of crimes involving children, the thing that crimes involving children, it's a topic that we should dedicate just a topic in itself. It's very gruesome. We know that the UK is still going through the Southport tragedy, And yes, I think that we should bring back slow boiling. I made some kind of remarks today on my X account, and it so happens that yes, I didn't know. I know that slow boiling was a thing, but let me see. I'm going to go back to that. Yes, slow boiling was indeed a method of torture and execution used in various parts of Europe and Asia, particularly during the Middle Ages. Why? Why did we lose that? I don't know, that kind of treatment. In England, it became a legal form of execution in 1531 under King Henry VIII. Right? The practice was also used in other parts of Europe, such as the Holy Roman Empire. We should bring back. You should bring back slow boiling. The victim would be immersed in the boiling liquid, either fully or partially. In some cases, the liquid will be heated gradually. That is the slow part. That is the slow part. With the person already inside, prolonging the agony. The intense heat would cause the skin, flesh, and fat to cook progressively, say around 12 hours, something like that. When you're like when you're cooking in Texas, you know that they cook in this what is the name? This slow cooked briskets, right? It's like cooking a brisket, but in this case, it's a cauldron with a guy inside. Death would eventually occur due to shock, organ failure, or drowning in the liquid. Yeah, for any crimes involving children, we should bring back slow boiling. Slow boiling, as some kind of let's say, message to any other criminal that wants to get creative and become infamous. Well, you know what is expected to happen to you and, well, all your flesh. And, well, let's continue.
To liberate this country from the migrant criminal threat. In the coming days, you're going to see a massive scale up in enforcement activities all across the country to dismantle these criminal networks. And not only is it going to be ICE engaging these raids, but also they're going to have support from their law enforcement partners in FBI, ATF, DEA, and U.S. Marshals. We're going to leverage the full power of federal law enforcement at President Trump's command and direction to save this country from this occupation. You're also
that's when you're going to see the actual results, when all these agencies work together to make sure that they bring all these criminals to the law, and they are expulsed, they are deported from the country. In some cases, I think that for some crimes, I think that they shouldn't be deported directly. I think that they should be judged for the actual crimes. There are a couple of things that I wanted to mention here. I have another report here that I wanted to mention. This is the thing that I wanted to mention. 100 U.S. troops are already en route to the border. A senior Marine official I spoke to said, the 500 Marines being sent from being on standby to help with the California fires will be armed and have magazines in their weapons, unlike during past border missions. One thing that has to be clear, somebody made it very, very clear for me, is that Marines don't go to the border to guard the border. No, Marines are going to kill people, okay? And those people would be, my guess is that the drug cartels, because you know that the drug cartels are the ones that are the most interested in all those people crossing the border. And two things are the actions that they are doing against these cartels, not only closing the border altogether, which Trump already did, but I'm sure that they send these Marines not to just stand by, just stand at the border. No, they're going to kill people and kill all these bastards. And no, Peg B, it's like, this is. I think this is a different kind. This is a different kind of action. This is more. This is more towards the drug cartels. The Marines are planning for up to 2,500 Marines being sent to the border if requested. They are treating this deployment as they would any other emergency contingency. Our response will be immediate. We are going in ready to respond. If the cartels shoot at us, we will not stand by, this Marine official told me. We will be taking whatever equipment we would send if a Marine Expeditionary Unit or MEU were deploying overseas. So they are going all out on these cartels, and I'm sure, but we are not even 3 days into this process. I'm sure that this is going to be immediate. We're going to be seeing results very, very fast. But I would like to know what you think about this, all the deportations, the process, what you have seen. The comments are open for your observations and opinion. And also, our most awesome live chat. Most awesome. Those drug cartels are absolutely wicked and vicious. Deport and delete. Pass a law that if someone have been here for a year, they have 1 year to go through the immigration process. It's game over for the cartels. Some members joining Job 49, welcome. And I got some super chats as well. Remember that you can become a member of my channel. The free and easiest way to support my channel is just to like and subscribe. I'm really happy that my subscribers on YouTube are going up really quickly. And if you are on X, if you're watching on X, make sure to follow me on X as well. These are my two main social media channels besides my email that is open as well for you. And regarding my email, if you want to reach out to me, the easiest way is to first download my 100 body language tips in the description of this video, completely free. And you will be subscribed to my email list. I should be starting to write my email soon again. But again, as I fix my sleeping schedule and I don't get crazy with 10 plus topics per show, then we can. But you can reach out to me. You can reach out to me via email as well. But subscribe to my emails with the link in the description, and we can have an interesting conversation. And if you want to pitch me any topics, the quickest way to pitch me any topic is through X. You can tag me, you can mention me, you can direct message me. My direct messages are open, and any topic is fair game. Whether it's U.S. politics, which is my main area of focus right now, anything body language, of course, and anything interesting that you, we want you, I want your take on this. Any topic is fair game. Let's move on to what Trump was doing. What was Trump doing? Not really at Davos, or Davos, I don't know how to say that. How to stress that. But let's talk about Trump and how he literally eviscerated the World Economic Forum. You know that these globalists, the Agenda 2030 part is not going well. They already know that this event was, it was not that packed like in other years. And besides that, Trump decided not to go, but to attend in an online fashion. Okay, so if you see him talking like this, it has a lectern, an official podium, President of the United States, and has that background. He's attended online and just ripped them a fresh, brand new one. Trump, on day one, I've signed an executive order to stop all government censorship. All this was close to 1 hour. This address was close to 1 hour. We're going to address the most relevant topics here. On day one, I've signed an executive order to stop all government censorship. All government censorship. No longer will our government label the speech of Americans as misinformation or disinformation. Let's hear it from the man himself.
On day one, I signed an executive order to stop all government censorship. No longer will our government label the speech of our own citizens as misinformation or disinformation, which are the favorite words of censors and those who wish to stop the free exchange of ideas and, frankly, progress. We have saved free speech in America, and we've saved it strongly.
Well, that's a big improvement. You know that so many countries are suffering under that control. We were talking about the UK. The situation in the UK is so bad in terms of free speech that they are prosecuting, they are arresting the people for Facebook posts instead of going for the criminals and the abroadians who are the ones who are wreaking havoc in the country. But let's hope that the example of America helps other countries, especially Europe, to see that they are doomed to fail. They continue what they are doing right now. Chief Nerd, President Trump just took a wrecking ball to the World Economic Forum agenda. I created the new Department of Government Efficiency. I terminated the ridiculous and incredibly wasteful Green New Deal. I call it the Green New Scam. Oh, that was savage. This was one of my favorite parts.
On day one, I signed an executive order directing every member of my cabinet to marshal all powers at their disposal to defeat inflation and reduce the cost of daily life. I imposed a federal hiring freeze, a federal regulation freeze, a foreign aid freeze, and I created the new Department of Government Efficiency.
You have to make a quick pause. This is breaking news. It seems Senator Mark Wayne Mullin says Pete Hegseth does have the 51 votes needed, and presumably, let me read this because so many of you want to. This breaking news. Presumably, Mitch McConnell, who voted yesterday on advancing. Okay, let's. It seems that Pete Hegseth is on the brink of being confirmed. Let's continue. I'm gonna let you know if I know anything. I have my dashboard here, and only if I let me see. Okay, breaking Pete Hegseth confirmation advances. It seems that it's 51 to 49. Final vote expected tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye on that because I know that you want this in real time, and this, you know, that this shows are in real time. But let's keep watching Trump destroying the World Economic Forum.
I terminated the ridiculous and incredibly wasteful Green New Deal. I call it the Green New Scam. Withdrew from the one-sided Paris Climate Accord and ended the insane and costly electric vehicle mandate. We're going to let people buy the car they want to buy.
Yeah, I personally want to buy a car that doesn't have absolutely zero, GPS and as few electronics as possible. You know that is so hard these days. That they force you to have all this stuff. I despise those cars that don't have, the buttons for the air conditioning and the dials and the physical thing, but you have to be pressing a screen. That is so. It's bad UI. It's bad UI, user interface.
I declared a national energy emergency, and it's so important. National energy emergency to unlock the liquid gold under our feet and pave the way for rapid approvals of new energy infrastructure. The United States has the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we're going to use it.
Well, holy smokes, Trump just told the World Economic Forum that companies who move to America, this is important, will pay the lowest taxes in the industrialized world, and that companies that don't will pay trillions of dollars in tariffs into U.S. Treasury to pay down our debt. And we have other news. Senator Lisa Murkowski from Alaska voted no on Trump's Secretary of Defense nominee Pete Hegseth. Why, Lisa? Why? But at least Mitch McConnell voted yes, so that is something, I think. We're gonna keep reporting live this. This is important because it would be a big stimulus for companies to make sure that if you want to manufacture or create your products outside the United States, you will have to pay the price. So it would not be let's say feasible from a business standpoint to have your manufacturers your manufacturing outside of the United States.
I have promised to eliminate 10 old regulations for every new regulation, which will soon put many thousands of dollars back in the pockets of American families. To further unleash our economy, our majorities in the House and Senate, which we also took along with the presidency, are going to pass the largest tax cut in American history, including massive tax cuts for workers and family, and big tax cuts for domestic producers and manufacturers. And we're working with the Democrats on getting an extension of the original Trump tax cuts, as you probably know, by just reading any paper. My message to every business in the world is very simple. Come make your product in America, and we will give you among the lowest taxes of any nation on earth.
Yeah, it's very simple. That is one of the things that Trump does. He summarizes. He doesn't go with word salads. He goes to the point. And in case you haven't understood, he summarizes everything in a very simple sentence. That is the part of his charm, of the way that he's persuasive, and it's like a fifth grader could understand what this means. It's that simple. It's that simple. Still keeping an eye on Pete Hegseth voting.
We're bringing them down very substantially, even from the original Trump tax cuts. But if you don't make your product in America, which is your prerogative, then very simply you will have to pay a tariff, differing amounts, but a tariff which will direct hundreds of billions of dollars and even trillions of dollars into our treasury to strengthen our economy and pay down debt. Under the Trump administration, there will be no better place on earth to create jobs, build factories, or grow a company than right here in the good old USA.
That's it. That's the plan. So whatever you want to do as a company, whether if you want to be in the United States or outside, well, that is a win-win for the United States. That is the plan. That's what an administration should be about. You want your country to win. You want your country to win at all costs. So it's a competition. It's essentially a competition. Oh, yeah, we need to accept to all these people who come to. No, you need to prioritize your veterans. You need to prioritize your own citizens. This is for any country on earth. And again, Trump is making the best example of the United States. And I sincerely hope that other countries around the world follow his example. Trump is standing up to the financial elites at Davos, even directly calling out the CEO of Bank of America. The elite bankers have become the enforcers of liberal ideology, debanking some conservatives. Now they're killing us with fees, all the time consumer debt, and what else? Let's see his words.
And by the way, speaking of you, and you've done a fantastic job, but I hope you start opening your bank to conservatives, because many conservatives complained that the banks are not allowing them to do business within the bank, and that included a place called Bank of America. They don't take conservative business, and I don't know if the regulators mandated that because of Biden or what, but you and Jamie and everybody, I hope you're going to open your banks to conservatives, because what you're doing is wrong.
Is that simple?
Mr. President, I'll say that your friend Gianni said hello, told me to tell you hello, and we look forward to sponsoring the World Cup when it comes, both this summer for the club and next year. So thank you for getting that for the United States.
Well, you heard the man. You heard Tom on those points. on those points. And yes, the final vote for Pete Hegseth is expected tomorrow. It advances 51 to 49. And we are expecting that confirmation is really close. And just another tidbit about that event, that annual meeting of this year that confirms that this agenda, 2030 agenda of these globalists is about to die. It's going to die before it arrives to the actual 2030. Davos is absolutely dead this year. No one gives an F. Supposedly luxury call girl business volume down 60% from last year. 60% less than last year. That is, the high-end escorts who I think that I understand is $14,000 for the weekend. This is I just found that information on the internet. I just Googled that or perplexified that. It's just cultural knowledge, general knowledge. A vibe similar to the last meeting of the Soviets in 1991. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz addresses a half-empty Congress hall at WEF 25 in Davos. My colleague, Mr. Gerstmann, even managed to secure a seat in the front row. What? Yeah, this is mostly empty. Nobody's paying attention to this. Nobody cares about this. Nobody cares about that. Yeah, nobody cares about eating the bugs, getting the shots. Nobody cares about that. It's we are seeing the dawn of a new age, of a golden age, maybe a worldwide golden age. And one final tip is that Trump said that Saudi Arabia wanted to invest 600 billion with a B, 600 billion, and Trump said, "Well, the prince is a good guy, so I'm going to ask him. I'm going to ask him to invest 1 trillion, 1 full trillion. Rounding up the numbers from 600 billion to 1 trillion. We're talking about this is something that even Dr. Evil would have trouble like having his bearings, keeping his bearing with this numbers. But this is the numbers that we're talking about. We're seeing that America is going to be great again. I hope so, and it seems that this is the best start that America can get. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. Let's switch to the live chat. And drink some water. I need some water. While I keep an eye. DEI is going to die. Some headlines that I'm seeing. DEI is going to die. Florida's voice will refer to the body of water formerly known as the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America in all future reports. Following the change from President Donald Trump. Border encounters dropped 35%. Border encounters dropped 35% in Trump's first 3 days. Border Patrol encounters at the southern border plummeted to 35% during Trump's first 3 days compared to Biden's final 3. Fox News credits the sharp drop to the Trump effect as deportation rates ramp up and plans for 10,000 troops at the border take shape. The CBP One app, previously used to process migrants, has been shut down, signaling a dramatic shift in asylum and immigration enforcement. Trump's policies are clearly making their mark, with numbers showing immediate impact at the border. So, this is working. We're ready to move on. I'm going to move on into the body language analysis that so many of you have requested. Let me see. So many of you have requested this. This is an old-fashioned body language analysis, I'm going to explain. This is the body language analysis of those videos, or that video leaked of Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. So for some of you who are not familiar with this scandal, there has been all these lawsuits of sexual harassment from Blake Lively to Baldoni, and then Baldoni sued back not only her but also Ryan Reynolds, her husband as well, of all these crazy allegations. We still don't know who is, in the right in here, but this video was released by Baldoni's attorneys to prove that there was no sexual harassment or anything of the sort on set. And why is this video so important? This video is so important because this is like an extra cut, that has a number. That has a name, like something that did not make the cut, okay? The final, in the film that they were making, and they were speaking to each other. They were talking about the scene, and you can see that. Well, you're about to see that their body language. You say if there was some kind of friction between them, if she wasn't comfortable because he was making this kind of advances, then we would see it here, because we are going to see not part of the film itself, but a candid video that exposes, from Baldoni's point of view, that he was doing nothing wrong. And Blake Lively, I'm kind of spoiling a bit what you're about to see, she looked quite comfortable. I'm going to mute. This has some copyrighted music, so I'm going to mute this just to focus on them. So for those of you who want the TLDR summary of this, imagine that she sued the guy for sexual harassment on set, and all of a sudden you have, I don't know how long is this, it's like 2 minutes long. It's like, yeah, it's a bit long. It's like 2 minutes long. A clip, like behind the scenes, that is the word, behind the scenes clip, in which you can see them interacting. As he was the director of the movie, she was suggesting some things to that take. Was them dancing to slow music, getting all romantic. And then you can judge for yourself about her body language and his body language if she was feeling uncomfortable about his advances. So the assistant director, you're going to see the captions here of who's talking. This is the assistant director. None of them is talking. I'm going to play this in slow motion. And you see how she is looking at him. Okay? You see that her face is relaxed. Of course, she has to act the scene. They have to act the scene. There was no dialogue in there. The dialogue was not going to be heard. But, of course, it's the words that they say have to do with their mood at the time, even if they were acting, because what they are saying at that moment has to do with the scene itself. Like, it's a bit complicated. It's like they're being filmed for the movie, but they were talking about the production of the movie. It's like you were not going to listen to that dialogue in the final cut of the movie. That dialogue was not meant to be heard. So that is important to see. What were they saying? And okay, she was acting, but what she says and what he says, he said that it's not that they were exactly uncomfortable with each other. So we keep doing this. She looks at his mouth. That is a classic display of attraction when somebody looks at your mouth. They are doing this, and Justin says, "No, I know. I just got lost." And then Blake says, I think it's nice to talk. It's nice to talk in the sense that it's nice to talk through the scene. So I can play this. It plays this in real time. And they are talking about the scene while they're being filmed. They have, of course, an assistant director who has to keep track of what is going on with the camera and what is going on with the mood of the scene. And they are discussing what the scene is about. But this is the thing. My first impression when I saw this, is that, okay, this must be part of the movie, right? Because she doesn't look uncomfortable at all. But it so happens that this is a candid shot into what was really going behind the scenes. And this is not good for Blake Lively and her allegations that she was being sexually harassed by Baldoni. So we move on, we move forward. Because when you're like, what are they saying? And well, we have no issue talking most of the time. They are just talking like if they have no issues with one another. Yeah, they'll never know in slow motion. I must know what they're saying. It's like I remember one in Venezuela. We had quite some soap operas, and I remember an anecdote that one of the this actor said that it was a kissing scene, and they were kissing, in the soap opera, in the scene they were filming, and there was meant to but no dialogue, right, at that scene, and he began to hum a romantic song as they were kissing, and the actress was trying to contain the laughter during that take. It was so fun to, they were having a good time besides the kiss, I guess. But that is the kind of things that you get. That is the kind of anecdotes that you get when people are getting along on a set, filming. Okay, there's chemistry. They're having, let's say, a good time, even if you're acting, even if the feelings are not real. At least you cannot fake that chemistry. You cannot fake that chemistry. That's why you make this screen tests or casting tests. I don't remember. That you put, for example, you're casting for a couple in a movie. You cast the guy, you cast the girl, and you have to see them read their lines and how they look together with each other, if it makes sense. Okay, if you look at them, okay, yeah, those absolutely would be a couple in real life. You have to feel that. Okay? We have talked about that in my members only live streams, how an image or a video has to have the right mood to fit. And in this case, it's not only that they fit in the sense of like an actor and an actress, but there's the chemistry. And looking at this behind the scenes, I'm going to play it. I just play it. See that they are talking about the production itself, and she's even laughing and gesturing. And you would see the first thing that I would look for. The first thing that I would look for is instances in which she brings her head back, like she doesn't want to be near him, even if she has to act like she's enjoying. There are moments, in fact, that he says, "Cut," and they're not filming for the movie, and she stays relaxed. She's still relaxed, and you see that she's got. If she was feeling uncomfortable, then she needs an Oscar, because she's got all these gestures, like those relaxed eyelids, that biting of the lip, the way that she puts her hand on his chest. If she was acting, boy, she needs an Oscar. She needs an Academy Award, because that is so hard to fake. It was so natural. And they were even, you're going to see that they were going to be joking about his nose, his big nose. And you see also all these signals that she's looking at him, and she tilts her head and flutters her eyelids, and all the signals. And again, they're talking and they are joking about the scene itself. You see, okay, all the action, I feel so nosy. They begin to joke, okay, this cannot go into the movie itself, because he jokes, "I feel so nosy." No, this is Blake Lively. She says, "I feel so nosy." I mean, it's like just noses. Like, your nose is too big. She is playful, telling him, your nose is too big. And he says, I know, and my nose is too big. You know that is not going to be in the movie. That's like when you have bloopers, right? But if you're uncomfortable, if the guy is creepy with you, has been creepy with you, and this is like a blooper, you don't have to be acting. You can be like, wow, you can just drop your acting instantly, and that is not happening here. That is not happening here. I don't see any of that. They keep on the joke, and you see her gestures and everything, and she still looks like a woman really in love. There's so many theories about this. See, he says cut. Look at this. He says cut. There's the word. He says cut. What does it mean? They are not filming anymore after he says cut. He gestures with his left hand. Cut. And what happens? That's the thing that you have to look for. Is there any change in her body language? You notice that she's still looking at him. She's still smiling. And there was no drop. There was no change. There was nothing whatsoever. Like, I'm acting, and the moment that you say cut, I'm going to change my face because I cannot stand you. Nothing of the sort. Nothing of that is happening here. So I don't see how Blake Lively's lawsuit can survive this. Okay, they are acting right now. This is the acting. Okay, Justin jokes saying, "Am I getting bird on you today?" And they begin to laugh. They're laughing. Well, it's not that. It's my body makeup. Again, if she had a problem with him, yeah, it's smitten, that is smitten look. Like, she's absolutely lost in his eyes. Again, if this is acting, this is very good acting. It's impeccable acting. So they continue. They go in for the kiss. I mean, this scene was really romantic. And you see that the assistant director was saying that it was enough. I think we got plenty. It's like Justin is the director. Him is saying we got enough takes of us dancing in here. So it's like an informal cut, and you see that her face. You see her face. You don't see like she has been forced to do this. She doesn't look like she's forced to be doing all this. Not in the least. She looks like she's enjoying herself. She's enjoying herself. She even looks at him again after he says, "Okay, we are done for today." Even she's rolling her eyes, but I think that it was more like a playful thing than anything else. I mean, this looks very bad for Blake Lively. This looks very bad for her. Because if this is true, what is the situation? This was released by TMZ, and Justin Baldoni claims that no signs of sexual harassment here. Raw. It ends with us scene. And being raw, it means that there was no editing. Justin Baldoni is staying on the offensive, attempting to shoot down Blake Lively's allegation he sexually harassed her by releasing raw video from It Ends With Us that reveals some very telling conversation between the co-stars. Not only the conversation, but the body language. That's what I told you. And it's always important to combine both body language with what people are talking and the circumstances, the context. It's important to understand that, okay, they were filming mute scenes that were not going to have dialogue, and they were joking to each other. Why would you joke with somebody that is sexually harassing you? Baldoni's team dropped nearly 10 minutes of unedited footage, including one scene where Justin and Blake are slow dancing. Blake referenced the scene in her lawsuit against Justin and accused him of getting creepy with comments about the fragrance she was wearing. So she mentioned this scene in her lawsuit. In her lawsuit, she mentioned this, and he's counterattacking, releasing it. So, well, let's see what people can tell from this. Let's see if the body language guy can say something about this. In the video, which has both actors mic'd up, you don't see Justin making any offensive comments or actions towards Blake. We're told his team believes this completely refutes Blake's sexual harassment claim. That is important. What is interesting about the video is a clear window to the massive creative differences that plagued the movie. You know that Blake Lively wanted to do so many changes herself, and even Ryan Reynolds, which, well, I have to say I admire Ryan Reynolds for bringing Deadpool to the big screen, but he was also meddling with the screenplay, and it was not until the last minute that Justin Baldoni, who is the director of the movie, realized that Ryan Reynolds was meddling with the screenplay, like rewriting scenes, and why would he do that? And it's true that Blake Lively was executive producer, but is the director who has the ultimate say in the creative vision of any production. So, yeah, it was a complete mess. Justin and Blake are speaking to each other throughout the scene, going back and forth about camera angles, lighting, and whether they should be speaking to each other or simply staring into each other's eyes. In the final edit, only the video was used for slow-mo footage. None of their audio was used. And there's a reference to Justin's nose. In his lawsuit, he mentions Blake mocking the size of his nose and saying he should get a nose job. Well, that all plays out in the video that she jokes, okay, you can get 1 month on insurance and get your surgery on your nose. As they lean in for a kiss, Blake says, I feel so nosy. I mean, it's just like noses. And Justin laughingly responds, I know, and my nose is so big. The recovery continues, and Blake says that they need to shut down production for a month so he can get a nose job. But she does say, just kidding at the end. We'll reach out to Blake's team for the take on the Raw video. I would like to know, what do you think about this in the comments? But in my opinion, and well, my years of experience, when I saw this, I said, okay, I'm trying to look for all those moments of there could be some kind of friction, reaction that she feels uncomfortable. But you see that maybe the shoulders could spring up, that she could bring her head back, that she could look away, that her facial expression could be dropped for a second, especially when he says cut, or the assistant director says that, well, that's enough. But no, it doesn't change at any moment. That she's completely comfortable, that she's comfortable with him. And again, I don't want to feed any of the rumors that are out there regarding this case. I prefer to just have certain takes, certain opinions later on. But as of this video, for this video, it doesn't look like he was being inappropriate with her, and she didn't look uncomfortable with him in the least. But again, I would like to know, what do you think about this in the comments? And you know that this show is live every weekday, so we have a live chat with it, which is the most legendary chat in the history of humankind. Most legendary chat in the history of humankind. She's a nosist. Who would want to work with her after this? I don't know, but it's I remember that I did a previous video on them. And I went with an open mind. I saw Blake Lively speaking. I saw Justin Baldoni speaking, and I saw so many people saying, "Oh, Blake is the new Amber Heard. Blake is the new Amber Heard," and they say, "Oh, this is unfair. You should address things on a case-by-case basis. And even if I saw Justin Baldoni quite, let's say, truthful, I know for a fact that there can be sociopaths or even psychopaths or even sociopaths are there that are very good at lying, very good at presenting themselves as victims. So I always have my doubts with both of them. But given this, well, Margie, now that Margie is a legendary level member of my channel, so one of the OGs of the channel. Margie is asking the question: do you think that he rebuffed her advances, and that's what this is really about? Those are the rumors that I've seen. And I've seen there repeatedly that what happened here is that she wanted to, do her, I don't know how to say it, her kind of voodoo with him, her attraction voodoo with him, and he, well, did not accept her. Again, I am not saying that this is what happened. These are just rumors out there. Only that Margie is asking this question. I will address it. I don't know. I have no idea, because there's no way to confirm that rumor. If that's she had this advances, why would that happen? Isn't she happily married to Ryan Reynolds? They seem to have a very happy marriage. Why would she do that? I don't know. Well, you know that we have seen so many things in Hollywood. We have seen so many things in Hollywood that I wouldn't be surprised about anything. I am not going to endorse any rumors and any gossip or blind gossip in my channel. I'm just going to address what I see. And what I saw in this video is not good for Blake Lively's lawsuit. It's not good for her. See, I got the last minute. Okay, massive break-in. President Trump signs order to declassify all files related to the assassinations of John F. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, and Martin Luther King Jr. Everything that's about to change. I hope that they don't destroy all the evidence first. But we will be finding out everything about that. Everything about that. We are, see, you see, have some, as I told you, I want to take it, so let me see if there's any other topic. Okay, there's one topic that I want to address. Okay, I got one more on me. I got one more topic that I want to address. I don't want to talk about AOC or Meghan. I want to talk about perhaps a more important topic. And this more important topic has to do with the AI and the people that Donald Trump is surrounding himself with, especially Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, which is the company that makes ChatGPT, which is hands down the most popular AI service, artificial intelligence, large language model right now, the hottest one. And so many people don't understand how this guy has been able to, convince not only Donald Trump, but Larry Ellison from Oracle and Jensen Huang of NVIDIA to, have this 500 billion project infrastructure of AI for the United States. Don't get me wrong, AI is something that cannot be stopped. So the faster the United States moves with this, the better. Because China, that the other juggernaut with this would be China, so they have to move with this. But I don't know. I don't trust Sam Altman, and so many people have been calling him out. This tweet, for example, it was from today. Watching POTUS more carefully recently has really changed my perspective on him. I wish I had done more of my own thinking and definitely fell in the NPC trap. I'm not going to agree with him on everything, but I think he will be incredible for the country in many ways. How interesting that he says this after Trump assumes the presidency, because thanks to Mike Cernovich on X, we have all the receipts, all that Sam Altman, the real Sam Altman from all the past years. Look at this. Sam Altman is funding far left-wing media. This is from last week. Axios has pushed every anti-Donald Trump hoax under the sun. Remember Axios? I have reviewed Axios lies in this channel extensively. Very troubling stuff here, especially given Sam's love of lawfare founder Reid Hoffman. Did Sam help Reid? What was the project? So, this tweet from 2016, from Sam Altman himself, back to work tomorrow on a new project to stop Trump. You cannot be more clear than that. Okay, maybe Elon was not a fan of Donald Trump. He was more like a Democrat at the time. He was more like a centrist at the time. He thought that Biden could do better. He acknowledged his mistake, and well, he put his foot or his money, his foot. How do you say that? What is the expression? He put his money where his mouth is, and all the work that Elon did and all that Elon Musk put on the table to get Donald Trump elected. And you see Zuckerberg, you see Jeff Bezos, you see Sam Altman. After the fact, after Donald Trump became elected, they are kissing the ring right now. Now is that they are kissing the ring. That is the big difference between Sam Altman and Elon Musk. And look at this. This was from 2017. First, he's an apologist for Thiel. Now this. I've been on the fence, but I think it's clear Sam Altman will not speak out strongly against Trump. Even if Sam is strongly anti-Trump, leaving any ambiguity is all Trump needs to make it look like he approves. I think Trump is terrible, and few things would make me happier than him not being president. Did you read the article? That was Sam Altman in 2017. I am also quoted saying that he is bad outcome of the forces that makes startups work. I want to ask you a question. What is the difference between Donald Trump in 2016 and Donald Trump in 2024 or in 2017 and 2025? There's the difference in experience, of course, but in principles and philosophy, it's exactly the same. So what changed? You're going to tell me that, Sam Altman all of a sudden realized, who Donald Trump really is. And this is what Cernovich was saying. Very few people realize just how much Reid Hoffman did and spent to stop Trump from getting reelected. This was from 2021. It seems reasonably likely to me that Trump would still be in office without his efforts. Thank you, Reid. He's thanking Reid Hoffman for Trump not getting reelected. We have a couple of things here. OpenAI names political veteran Chris Lihan as head of global policy. Who is this guy? Sam Altman hired Clinton henchman Chris Lihan to run OpenAI's political shop. Chris Lihan was responsible for anti-Trump smears and is loyal to the far left. Trump is in grave peril. Okay, we know, see the confirmation is here. Chris Lihan, a Democratic operative and former aide to Bill Clinton. Former aide to Bill Clinton. We see this, all this. That's why I told you that I don't trust Sam Altman. The New Yorker itself, Chris Lihan was just shy of 30 years old when he came up with the notion of a vast right-wing conspiracy to describe Republican efforts to undermine Bill and Hillary Clinton. Now he's one of the most powerful political operatives in Silicon Valley. This is hard left. Hard left. I know that Trump must know all this. Trump must be aware of this. What is the play? I don't know, but Sam Altman is not to be trusted. LinkedIn's co-founder helped fund the suit accusing Trump of rape as well. Reid Hoffman, a billionaire and critic of Trump, is backing E. Jean Carroll's suit against the former president. What more do you need? What more do you need? And thanks to Dylan Byers, Peter Thiel sarcastically thanked Reid Hoffman for funding lawsuits against Trump because they had turned him into a martyr, increasing his chances of re-election. From the stage, Hoffman shot back with his own sarcastic quip. Yeah, I wish I had made him an actual martyr. Yeah, this is the thing that we are talking about. And what else? You see here, to see the complete connection, the circle back to this. Sam Altman, super grateful for Reid's support, guidance, and Reid's support, guidance, and friendship over the years, and look forward to much more collaboration in the future. And well, this is it. And now let's go back. Let's go back to the tweet of today. Oh, watching POTUS more carefully recently has really changed my perspective on him. I wish I had done more of my own thinking and definitely fell in the NPC trap. I'm not going to agree with him on everything, but I think he will be incredible for the country in many ways. You're a snake! You're a snake! This guy is a snake. I don't trust one word that he says. The only way that I feel safe about the future of AI is that, again, they will never let an AI run free. They will have guardrails, okay? They will need strings on this AI. It's like in the movie Avengers: Age of Ultron, one of my favorite MCU movies. Yeah, that is one of my favorite ones indeed. After Captain America 2: The Winter Soldier. There are no strings on me. There were no strings on Ultron. That there will be definitely strings on this AIs. I don't see how would you achieve artificial general intelligence, much less artificial super intelligence, without heavy guardrails. And those guardrails will essentially, I don't know, if they pull that off, well, be my guest, but I don't trust people like Sam Altman being at the helm, especially because he started OpenAI as a non-profit and he turned OpenAI into a for-profit, and in the process, he became a multi-billionaire. He's worth like 10 billion with a B right now. So, bad faith. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. You see your chat. Yeah, remember John Cartier when Ultron sings the Pinocchio song. There are no strings on me. You hear in the background. It was so creepy. I have to say that I know that. Oh my God, Joss Whedon had to disappear, but that guy knew how to write stuff. That guy knew how to write stuff. You remember Buffy the Vampire Slayer? I don't think President Trump should be messing with our constitutional amendments like our birthright citizenship. What do you think, Jesus? Very good question, the Queen's Guard. Very good question, and that is one topic that I had for today, in fact. If you say yes, if I count 20 yeses, I would talk about that. I will address that topic. I was about to say goodbye, but if I count 20 yeses in the live chat, then we can talk about that. I will go for it and talk about birthright citizenship, because I have some material that we need to address. So let's see. You have 1 minute. I'm gonna count 1 minute. If I don't see 20 yeses, 1 yes in the live chat. We have 50 seconds yet. Oh my God, this is exploding. What? What is this? You're cheating. You're cheating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Samantha, you're cheating. That counts as 1. That counts as 1. Oscar cheating as well. Okay, you convince me. You convince me. Okay. I got the message. Let's talk about birthright citizenship. I had this. I had some material. I always I'm adding material to my shows. Indeed, birthright citizenship is a sensitive topic in these days. Many people are saying that Trump shouldn't mess with the Constitution. But the problem is that the Constitution, the amendments, in this case, the 14th Amendment, can be subject, as any other legal text, can be subject to interpretation. The thing is, has it been interpreted the wrong way? That is the question that is being posted. There are questions, of course, rhetorical questions that can be subject to argument, like this one. This was a very interesting question. To the 18 states suing Donald J. Trump over birthright citizenship, if I came to your house about to give birth and have a baby on your living room floor, does that mean I have a right to make you pay for the medical bills and live in your house? Just curious. Again, it's just a question. It's oversimplifying the matter. A matter that is very complicated in terms of all the people, people who have tried to do things right in terms of working hard in the United States, paying taxes in the United States, having a family in the United States and raising a family lawfully in the United States, and the people who just want the anchor babies. And I've told you that in Venezuela we have like a record with that. Oh yeah, let's go to the United States and have our baby in the United States. So our baby has automatically citizenship, and it's like actually an anchor. It's like anchor babies, right? I am not completely familiarized with all the legalese and all the legal stuff about this. I'm just finding out and trying to explore the angles to this. You're welcome to have your say in the live chat as well. And we have things like this. Randy Weber, here's the truth. The 14th Amendment was never intended to serve as a blank check for illegal immigration. It was never intended to grant citizenship to the children of people who broke our laws to enter this country. That in that sense, it makes sense. If you enter the country illegally and you have a baby inside the United States and you are not of legal status in the country, then how come that baby is automatically a citizen of the United States? I don't know. I would like to be explained this. I would like somebody to explain, like I'm 5, that process. Okay? Because one thing, again, is people who try to do things the right way. But if you broke the law only to enter the United States, all those rights should be void. All those rights should be void, because essentially you're illegally in the United States. So I have just this very short clip, and I have two screenshots that I want to discuss with you.
Here's the truth. The 14th Amendment was never intended to serve as a blank check for illegal immigration. It was never intended to grant citizenship to the children of people who broke our laws to get in this in the first place.
You know that Vivek Ramaswamy had disappeared for a while after that H-1B blunder. Was not a blunder. He spoke his mind, and it turns out that people did not like what he said. But he said this back in July 2024. The 14th Amendment declares that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and, important, subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States. Courts have been clear that this includes children of American citizens and legal residents, not tourists. Not tourists. That has been since I was in high school. I heard about that, and that was a long time ago. It was like what, 30 years ago. 30 years ago. You know that your aunt went to the United States to give birth there, so your cousin could have American citizenship. All right, so that's a thing. All right, that's how it works. Interesting. Since I was in high school, but it expressly does not include children of ministers, consuls, and citizens or subjects of foreign states born within the United States. And originally, it didn't even include Native Americans until a separate statute was passed. The authors of the clause in question, Senator Lyman Trumbull of Illinois and Jacob Howard of Ohio, wrote that subject to the jurisdiction thereof means not all owing allegiance to anybody else. Not owing allegiance to anybody else. People who cross our border illegally demonstrate through the illegal act of entry the clear absence of requisite allegiance. For similar reasons, the children of invading soldiers wouldn't enjoy birthright citizenship either. The next president could rightly interpret subject to the jurisdiction to exclude children of illegal immigrants and birthright citizenship for the kids of illegals once and for all. He would be strong constitutional and legal footing to do so. And I believe the current Supreme Court would uphold it even in the face of inevitable legal challenges. And that should be extended. That should be extended to the tourists. To the tourists. Those who, at the moment that they, I'm 8 months pregnant. I'm 8 months pregnant. I decided to, go to Disneyland. Give me a break. You came here so your son or daughter could be a citizen of the United States. But you're not a legal resident of the United States. So even if your daughter or son is born, your baby is born in the United States, you're a tourist. You have it's like a B1, right? A tourist B1 visa. It's a B1 visa. You are not a resident. You are not a legal resident of the United States. So either you or your baby cannot have the same rights of citizens or legal residents of the United States. That is common sense. That is just common sense. That is my take. Interesting question from Oscar. What if someone gives birth in an U.S. embassy? If you're not a legal resident of the United States, it shouldn't be binding either. That is common sense. That is my take. Again, I am not a constitutionalist. I am not even a constitutionalist in Venezuela. I don't know the extent of the law in this case, but the original amendment says that this will not, of course, include persons born in the United States who are foreigners, aliens who belong to the families of ambassadors or foreign ministers accredited to the government of the United States, but will include every other class of persons. So if you're an illegal, or you're a foreigner, or you are an alien, or you're a tourist, it doesn't apply to you. Birthright citizenship doesn't apply to you. And again, that is my common sense take. Maybe you disagree with me. I'm sure. I know I know many. I know firsthand. I have actual family that I'm gonna have big trouble this weekend. Fuck's sake, I'm gonna have big trouble this weekend if they're watching this video. I have family that have done that. And Jesus, why are you? But yes, I'm saying what's true. That shouldn't be work. Even if I have family who have gamed the system of the United States and they did the whole oh, 8 months pregnant, let's go to Disneyland, and whoa, I gave birth. So I don't think that is something. I think that is nuts. Yeah, I'm gonna get into trouble. What I don't care. You know that common sense is this is my first approach to the matter. Of course, we could study this in a case-by-case basis, but if you're not a legal resident of the United States, you should not have the same rights of legal residents and citizens of the United States. That is plain common sense. Even more so if you are an illegal and you broke the law entering the country. Does this have to be said? Does this have to be stated? How is at this point? Is at this point that I look at this and I say, okay. Some say, like the suggestion of this topic, that Trump should not mess with the Constitution, but can't this be interpreted in some way? I don't know. Is this the kind of things that has to go to the Supreme Court of the United States? That's the kind of things that I'm still a noob in these topics, but it's interesting to discuss this because you know that this is I am the body language guy, but I'm also the common sense guy. I could also be the doom eternal guy at this point. But you know, you get the picture. It's common sense. But I would still love to know what you think about this in the comments and your live chat. Your live chat is it's just awesome. Awesome. And what I love the most about our live chat is that you are the most polite and educated. Even if I see there are dissenting comments, people that don't agree with me, I hear you. I welcome you to my channel as well, as long as you are polite, as you are behaving, as you are having a good time, of course. You can discuss, you can have an argument with all our friends in the live chat. We are a great community in here, but we want the best takes here. We want to think, okay, how does this work? Birthright, citizenship. That's what I tell you. You helped me make this show. I was about to say goodbye, and it's a question of you and some interaction. And yes, you wanted me to talk about that. So we had that in the chamber, that topic in the chamber. I had already had some content about that, and I wanted to talk about it. This is just it's great. I have to thank you again for your comments. I have to thank you again for being here. Sadly, we couldn't be on Rumble today, but my body language buddies. Oh, I need to read your super chats. Of course, I almost forgot. So many super chats today, and I need to highlight them all those that I have not highlighted. Jada Z, I'm so curious as to what Baron Trump said to Biden. Whatever he said to him, it looked like though it hypnotized him. I know it's off topic. Nothing, it's off topic, Jada. We spoke about that. You can go to my Baron Trump body language analysis. It's in my videos, and you will find that he was not actually talking to Biden. He was talking to Kamala Harris at that point, and Biden's face just changed out of that he was being polite to Barron, but the moment that Barron just turned away, Biden just said, okay, enough being polite. He was not really happy. Biden was not really happy in the first place, but he was talking to, oh my God, I've seen a picture of Lisa Murkowski, and oh my God, what is this? I have to do this. Oh, I lost her. I'm gonna show you this picture before we go away. Before we say goodbye today, I need to show you this picture. It's a bit unsettling. Lisa Murkowski announces that she will vote no on Pete Hegseth's nomination. What the F? Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? She looks the part. Physiognomy, the analysis of how the shape of our face, what our face tells about us. Physiognomy is undefeated. It's real. You know that we should talk about physiognomy at some point. Oh, you can't say that you can guess the personality of somebody for the shape of their face, of the size of their ears, of if their nose is pointy or not, or is wide or not, or how wide are their eyes. I have news for you. Physiognomy is real. It hasn't been able to be scientifically proven. It's still a pseudoscience because we hadn't had, let's say, the computing power to prove it. To prove that, yes, we can read people's faces, not facial expressions, but actual the face itself, and say this person is like this, this person is like that. And that's why you see, for example, the best example is, remember Disney movies the 2000s. Disney movies previous to, I don't know, the year 2000. Okay? You see the villains, still the villains, you see that all the villains have more or less the same physiognomy. The same, you know, the pointed nose, the bags on their eyes. Even the Pixar villains have that. They have this elongated faces. You remember Jafar, for example, from Aladdin, or the villain from Ratatouille. It's very alike Jafar. It's like you have all these codes, and all these codes are, you know, it's not like somebody came out with this code. This code actually exists, but they change. They change with physiognomy and how you can guess that, well, this lady was going to vote against Pete Hegseth, and was not a surprise, is that now we have big data. Now we have the processors, the huge chips to crunch millions and even billions of faces. And it has already been done. And you can realize that you can, you know, for example, the big 5 traits of personality, you can tie them to face features. And I'm going to tell you something. I cannot address the actual companies because that will get me into trouble. It's like that Mourinho meme. I will get into trouble. But that has been a thing for some time, that you can go to especially online job interviews. And in online job interviews, they just scan your face, and an algorithm says this person is not to be trusted. They don't care about your resume. They don't care about your answers. They don't care about how you... No. Only by your face, you're discarded instantly. That is a thing. That is an actual thing from many years ago. And even more so right now that we have more data, better chips, and we have artificial intelligence to crunch that big data. So yes, we are at the gates of something that is going to be really nasty many ways, because you will be rejected, and you won't know why you were rejected, and it might be just your face, just because your face. Okay, so it's something that we should address at some point. That's a real thing. That's why Meta or Facebook at some point they ended their program of facial recognition, because they were the lawsuit they were going to get into because of just scanning people's faces. We still don't know if they still do it. They claim that they ended that program long ago. That was like 8 years ago. It was really long ago. But we are not. We have to just take their word for it. We have to take their word for it. But imagine if you were Meta or Facebook and you had all the data points of one person and had all the data points of their faces. Okay? With all those videos and photos, you could have vast amounts of information. Google has that information as well. Apple has that information as well. They can crunch those numbers. They have the ability to predict behavior because of that. We are something that we cannot escape. The problem is that we cannot escape this. I don't want to, that is terrifying. That is terrifying, Karat 2008. That is terrifying. And yes, you can be absolutely judged just by the shape of our face. We used to say, oh, you cannot do that. You cannot just discard people because you don't trust them just because you looked at them just a split second. Well, that's how our fast thinking system, that's how it works. Okay. Sometimes we can be wrong, but it does exist. That is I'm very passionate about that because, well, you can imagine it is a combination of body language, the face that I have studied so much as an artist, technology, AI, all those topics fascinate me, and the the combination of all those topics is fascinating to me. Job49, thank you for the super chat. I thought POTUS said during interview possible 21 million illegals. You mean 21 million? That would be a lot. Karim Ortiz, thank you for the super chat as well. Karim, Donald Trump is doing a good job. Totally agree with him. Good work, Jesus. Thank you, Karim. Appreciate that. Butterfly Ear 60, super sticker. Shiba dog bowing respectfully. Thank you, Butterfly Ear 60. And Samantha, Jesus Nation 2025 is already a banger. Thank you, Jesus, for all you do. Your sacrifice sleep to bring us together. I shouldn't sacrifice sleep, but I so well appreciate it. The idea is to not sacrifice sleep so the show can be on time every day. So you know that it's going to be at 12 p.m. EST. It would be better for everyone. Xin Sheng, sending support from California. Glad I found your channel. Remember to send me an email to know how to pronounce your name. Xin Chang. I want to know how to pronounce your name. Oscar sent some super chats. Oscar, OMG, he's hiling. Yeah, everybody's a Nazi these days, Oscar. Thank you, Jesus. Classy tie as always. Yeah, this was this. You know that this is one of my favorite ties. It's a reddish tone. It's a reddish tone, but desaturated. And I don't know about that. If someone gives birth in an U.S. embassy, I don't know. Maybe that should be subject to interpretation. Should be subject to interpretation. 5 minutes ago, President Donald Trump holds up an executive grant of clemency that pardons 23 pro-life protesters he just signed in the Oval Office. Nice. Let's see what else you have today. Let's see you highlight your chat for one last time, because I love to see your chat highlighted. We have an amazing super chat from Sally68. Love your channel. Keep up the great work. First time I caught you lives. Yeah, today was a bit later, Sally. Maybe we had a good timing for you to join today, and I appreciate your super chat. But it should be at 12 p.m. EST. But yesterday's show was 2 hours and a half long. I was so pumped, and then editing the videos, and I remember that I was with my members editing the videos. Thank you, Jesus, for your analysis and common sense on many current topics. My pleasure, Karat, and thank you for being a member, Karat 2008. Thank you for being a member and supporting my channel. I really appreciate that. And remember, for members, I sometimes, not every weekday, I have after shows in which I begin editing my live shows for the individual videos that you see in my channel. The same topics that I touch on my live shows, you can watch them individually afterwards in my channel. And last night, I told my members my brain cannot process anymore. But I stood up, I drank some water, I took a shower, and then, okay, maybe I can finish my work. I really was not that sleepy. In fact, I was destroyed. You know that sensation that you feel that you are tired, destroyed, but you're not sleepy. You're still like energetic for somehow. So I finished editing everything, and I went to bed like I don't know, like at 2 a.m., something like that. It was very, very late after finishing work, and it was very hard falling asleep. And then woke up at 6 a.m. So today I was destroyed. I was destroyed, and that is not the idea, because then I cannot think. I had to wait until very late today, so my brain finally, after 3 cups of coffee, finally, okay, put the caffeine in my veins, and let's see if I can do this. And I said, okay, let's have a show, but a bit later. Not the idea, not ideal. It should be at the same time every day, maybe 2 hours tops every day. Maybe yesterday was overkill. The longer the show, then the more topics is great, but then the more topics that I have to edit, maybe 2 hours is a good balance. How many hours? We are close to 2 hours today. But the most important thing is that I have the best community. You are the best audience that one can wish for. So many of you are already members. So many of you have subscribed. All you have to do is to subscribe and like my videos, leave a comment, and remember to download my 100 free body language tips in the description of this video, and you will be subscribed to my emails as well. My body language buddies, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and until we meet another video or another live, remember the most important words: much love and bliss. Take care. Be safe. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.